Greetings, Mzansi, and a culinary journey to Italy as we celebrate the humble, versatile, and always scrumptious pizza. From hash brown breakfast pizzas to fruity pizzas, the options are endless. And speaking about versatility, we're joined in the kitchen by multi-talented vocalist and performer Tracey Carter, who will be putting her cooking chops to the test. But first, let's make sure that those vocal chops are also warmed up. Tracey, take it away.
Thank you. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. I spent on so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, but I grew strong. I learned how to carry on. Now you're back from outer space. I walked in to find you here with that same look upon your face. I should have changed those stupid locks, should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Oh, now go, walk out the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I stay alive. 'Cause I got all my life to live, and I got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Hush, 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 hush. There is no other way. I'll have the final say. Come on. Hey. Woo. Yeah. Come on, Mzansi, here we go. Hey. Oh, I said, baby, please don't take your love from me. Yeah, I am yours forevermore, till eternity. Yeah, lady, sit silently, silently. Hey, just listen to the words I say. Oh, I'm not talking just for play. Listen to me, believe. Oh, heaven knows it's not the way it should be. Heaven knows it's not the way it could be. Don't you know there's no need to leave? Heaven knows I only wanna please you. Heaven knows I never wanna leave you. Don't you know your love is what I need? Ooh. Come on, put your hands together. Hey, come on. Huh. Hope you're having a good time out there. Come on. Here we go. Ah, come on. Hey. Ooh, yeah. I say, fancy me. I never had my degree in love. Oh, love ought to be right. Yeah, I had a one-step plan to prove it. Got in my pocket for food, falling in love. Oh, but love had to show me one thing, that I was so right, so right. Yeah, could turn emotion, yeah, on and off. I was so sure
and just like that, her vocals echo throughout our studio. I mean, can you feel it? Can you feel that power, Mzansi? Tracey joins us today as she takes us through her musical journey and to tell us a little bit more about the way in which she inspires and empowers the young people of South Africa. Girl, who was the boss?
Thank you so much.
That was phenomenal. And also, I don't think everyone at home can appreciate those were raw, pure vocals. There was no backing vocalist. There was no backing track.
Yeah.
That was just all talent.
Thank you.
Who were the beautiful ladies that were up there with you?
So there are two fabulous women that have been singing with me for a long time. So it's Gio Lee Norke and Sarah Jane Seaford. So glad to have them here. Showing off their pipes as well.
No, I'm so here for it. I mean, you started composing music at the age of 16. You have literally been passionate about the music industry for over 2 decades.
Yeah.
But I just want to find out about baby girl Tracey, where the whole journey started.
I loved music from day one. I remember my first performance, where I actually sang a solo. I was still in nursery school. I was 4 years old, and I sang at the school concert, and I sang, alone there, and I loved that feeling. I think, it's being on stage. It's like eating avocado. You love it or you hate it, and.
I can relate to that.
And I loved it from the first moment. And I loved, being on stage for me is one of my happy places. And I always pursued it, started teaching myself to play piano from the age of 9. And I just had this passion for it. And I came from a family that was passionate about the arts. My dad was an actor, he was a director, but nobody really in music per se. So I was going on this journey on my own. But it's been absolutely wonderful.
Girl, you are definitely where you are meant to be. And something else that you're also passionate about is not just the music, but you're also very passionate about community upliftment, empowering each other, especially the youth, Mzansi. So tell me a little bit more about that philanthropic side of you, and not only that, how is the music feeding into that?
Yes, and I think here, again, I think my dad had a big influence in that, and he left teaching in '94 and started a youth development organization, and after matric, I went and I was just doing a gap year and just see ideas and give back to the community. And 20 odd years later, I'm still on my gap year.
Tell me about it.
I've been doing it ever since, and through this, I think using the arts, it's such a powerful medium to both empower and educate, and I think that's why it's kept me here and kept me passionate about it, where we could, do songs, write productions, and take it into schools to empower kids, their self-worth, their identity, but also dealing with things like literacy, HIV, AIDS, and using this powerful tool and this medium to reach our youth and for them to understand their value, their significance, and the role that they've got to play within building our country.
Girl, you are just such a powerful force within yourself. Even just speaking about the work that you do, I can see the passion oozing through you. I kind of want to liken it to a flame, like that fiery red flame, and you've taken this flame so far that you're even a director of an NGO titled, and I love this name, AfriCan.
There we go.
So it's AfriCan.
Because I can,
so powerful.
You can, we can, African. And so that's the philosophy.
Goosebumps, like what?
and I think, coming, through our history, what we've come from, as Africans for a long time, our mindset was Afrikaans, and it's all about why we can't get it right and things are going wrong and we don't have the resources and we don't have the money and we've had this can't mentality. But, I can is within our identity. It's part of who we are. And so as African, that's what we want to do. We want to flip the switch and for people to understand the capacity that is within them, the creativity, the gifting, the talents. And I always say, Africa's greatest treasure, it's not in her soil, it's in her people. And when people come to understand their capacity and give what they have to give, we will see things shift and turn around.
Wow, I love that. African. Blow us up on social media. Use that hashtag. I'm going to make it a new hashtag, African Siyakwazi. Okay, wait, but something that you're also just so iconic, and I cannot get over this. You've been composing music and producing music locally and internationally, so much so that one of your most notable things that you've done is create a beautiful song for the Olympics, for an athlete, I do believe. Tell us about that experience.
It was absolutely amazing, and that was almost 20 years ago now, and well, more than, to be honest with you. And I was 18 years old, And my dad is part of his youth development organization. Is obviously doing mentoring and so forth. And Penny Haynes, she had sort of made a change in her life, and she was at the point where she didn't know if she actually wanted to continue swimming. And her coaches in Durban asked if she could come for the weekend and sort of, you know, just to be spoken to and have a bit of life coaching, and she came. And this was before her real goals and everything. And my dad called me up while I was still at school. I'm a trick. He phones me and he says, listen here, I need you to write a song for Penny Haynes. She's coming to us this weekend. You got to, this is the same day, this is the Friday. And anyway, I go to our school principal and I said, listen here, sir, can I get off classes for today? I need to write a song for Penny Haynes, you know?
I mean, what was I doing when I was 18? I certainly wasn't writing songs for Penny Haynes.
And anyway, I wrote the song for her. She loved the song. She asked me to record the song. I did. You know, her weekend year sort of redefined her purpose and understanding that the pool was actually her place to actually reach the world.
It was her stage.
And a couple of months later, she went to the Pan Pacific Games, and that's when she broke all these records and started winning the gold medals. And she actually played that song at all her TV interviews that she went to.
My goodness.
And then because of that song, you know, the next year was the 2 years later was the Olympics, the 2000 Olympics in Australia. And they asked me to write a tribute song to the Olympic team. And yeah, I was this young girl, you know, 21 years old, and wrote the song, South Africa Sing, for the Olympic team, went and performed it for the whole team in Durban before they left. And they actually played it in Australia in the, you know, the South African tent. So it was absolutely wonderful.
Goosebump inflicting stuff. The conversation could go on endlessly. There's so many things I still want to talk to you about. But luckily, we still have the entire hour with Tracey. Like, we know that one performance could never be enough for you, Mzansi. So we've got another one coming up in just a little bit at the end of the show. And if you definitely want to see some of that, please do stick around. We're also going to be putting Tracey's cooking skills to the test. She says that she's a chef, honey. So we're definitely here for that. And if you are also here for that, do not move a muscle.
It's time to bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder on the new season of the Tastemaster SA, starting soon on SABC2. Our overall winner will take home 50,000 Rand cash. Plus, contestants can win 50,000 Rands worth of kitchen appliances. To enter, visit thetastemaster.co.za. Share a video about yourself and why you love baking, and show us something you've baked with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder. Entries close on Monday, 25th of April. T's and C's apply.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and it is time to start cooking. And you know, when it's time to cook, it's time to call on one of my favorite gorgeous girls in Mzansi. I'm talking about our chef and our resident foodie, Udomi.
You called me gorgeous. On national TV. Guys, did you heard it? How are you, gorgeous? How are you, gorgeous ladies?
Good, fabulous. Excited
I'm looking forward to cooking with you because I heard somebody saying who was the boss. I want to see who is the boss.
There we go.
And if you're wondering who's the boss that we're talking about, it's none other than our musical guest and our absolute fave on this Tuesday, Tracey. Now, Tracey Carter.
Yeah. Yes.
We like to throw something to social media every show because we want people to always engage and keep the conversation going, also online. And our question for you today is, if you had to create the perfect pizza, what toppings would go on it? Oh, I can already see the arguments happening in the comments. We're making it even more delicious with our hash brown breakfast pizza. Yes. Pizza for breakfast. And we're using hash browns as the base and Clover Elite cheddar cheese to top this ridiculously tasty pizza.
Yeah, it is quite ridiculous. It's ridiculous how delicious one dish can be. I mean, pizza on its own is an amazing dish, but imagine having pizza for breakfast and no guilt involved.
I mean, Tracey, I can literally already see your kids running to the breakfast table.
Completely, absolutely.
Well, to start us off, then I need to get started with the actual hash brown because that's the base of our pizza. You know, many bases come in, pizzas come in different bases. We now have gluten-free, you have this, you have that. So we're trying to show you how to maximize the most of your ingredients at home. It's simple ingredients that you have at home. I mean, it starts off with just simple potatoes. So I've grated up my potatoes and I've made sure to drain them and strain them as much as I can to get all that liquid out because you don't want a soggy bottom. We always talk about that. We don't want soggy bottoms in our kitchen. And then into this, I'm going in with a bit of flour because, yes, we're making a hash brown, but we still need it to come together. You know, we need it to bind together so that it holds all those ingredients that we're going to be putting on top. And then into that goes some egg. I'm going to go with just one egg. It literally is going to be the liquid. We're not adding water. We're not adding milk. We're just adding the egg into this. And the star of the dish is our clover cheese. And I'm going to be grating some into this and also putting some on top. So we're getting a cheese overload. You can never get too much cheese on your pizza.
Definitely not.
Exactly. So I'm going to get started with grating this cheese, but I do need you, Tracey, because you are the boss, to start making our eggs for us. So they're already cracked and scrambled. You can actually just cook those for us, please.
Cool. Awesome, will do.
It seems as if we are quite well on our way to creating pizza heaven here on Afternoon Express. You know what I always say. Udomi, you've already given us all the ingredients and all the recipe to create this magic at home.
Correct.
So, South Africa, go onto your phones, go onto your tablets, whatever you have, and make sure that you definitely download all of the recipes today. But Domi, today you decided, this whole week, we're celebrating pizzas. Why pizza?
We're celebrating fast food. We're celebrating pizzas. We're celebrating burgers. We're celebrating everything that you can put in your tummy without the guilt, just with all the flavor.
I love that.
You know? And so we're starting off, like I said, with the breakfast pizza here, and we're going to be showing you different ways of maximizing that pizza flavor. So I've put in my hash browns here, and I'm going to start grating our clover cheddar cheese into it because it's also going to help bind it. And you know that taste of cheese when it just melts and it gets all nice and
delicious.
That's exactly what we're trying to get here by adding it to our base. And I mean, we're using clover cheddar right now, but you could definitely go with the Gouda or the Tussis flavor if you want a more pronounced flavor. And for the topping, you could even add feta cheese to that, girl.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
Delicious.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
Now, Tracey, you've got 3 young ones.
Yes.
Tell me about how that kitchen looks. Do you like to get them involved? Or is there someone who takes after mommy's heart who's always just a helper in the kitchen?
How do I answer that without getting myself into trouble? So, I must be honest, well, you know, they're not that young. They're all teenagers.
They're teenagers,
I've got 3 teenagers in the house. And I must be honest, they all have their signature dishes that they get involved with, okay? So my son, for instance, he's the pasta king.
Okay.
So he loves eating pasta, and so he's actually learned how to cook pasta. And
oh, God, I thought you were going to say that he knows how to make pasta from scratch. I was like...
Baby steps, baby.
I was like, what is the meaning of this? Domi, he's coming for our jobs.
I'd be careful. I would have to be careful. But I mean,
he's the pasta master.
Yes. So he will do the pasta, you know, and then he gets started, and then he gets his father involved in terms of making the sauce and whatever. So that's often their dish. And you know, Zoe, she likes to get involved with the Mexican side of things. So she's become sort of the nachos queen in the house. Whenever we make nachos, that's her job. And you know, Emma's a bit of the utility player. You know, so we get she's the one that's got to come into all this.
And can I tell you? And she literally, so you guys can't see what we see, but behind the scenes, she's just like, that is me. I love that. Yes, I'm outing you, girl. Okay, she's the utility queen.
Yeah.
I love
so
that.
she gets involved, you know. I'll be like, Emma, you know, make the salad, do this thing, you know, and she's there.
She gets stuck
so,
in.
yeah, I'm trying to get them in the kitchen more, but they do assist, yeah.
I love that. I mean, Dumi, this sounds like a match made in heaven.
Definitely. I mean, any point where you can get the family involved in the kitchen is the best, because not only do you have people assisting in the making the food, it means you also have people assisting in washing the dishes.
Yeah, in cleaning up, yeah? Absolutely. Okay, so how far are we with our...
Okay, so I've started layering up our base here. So in essence, what I've done is that base that I had, the hash brown, this goes into the oven to bake for 25 to 30 minutes, depending on your oven, depending on how crunchy you want it. That gets baked, and then you start topping it with all those fillings, those beautiful things. We've got some boerewors, because why not? We've got some bacon in there. Tracy, you can go in with your eggs, however you like your eggs. We've chosen to scramble them.
Yeah.
If you want to make the sunny side up situation, just make some space in the center for each egg.
And that's quite Mexican, you know, and they do those, the raw eggs in their breakfast dishes. Yeah.
Exactly, with those dishes.
And then they bake it, I think it's a kind of a frittata kind of a thing that they do.
Type situation, yeah. So you can add the eggs however you like, and then whatever flavor toppings you like. But the one thing that you can never miss out of is that cheese we spoke about.
Completely.
So I'm going to finish it off with some cheese. Some
wow, this is good. Yeah. Listen, breakfast is easily my favorite meal of the day, and you cannot go wrong. Dumi, you know me and a potato.
I know you, girl. It's Zambani.
I love my potatoes, and this is absolutely delicious. Any last tips and tricks to me?
Just make sure you cook it to your liking and use your flavors. Use whatever toppings you like for your pizza.
Awesome. And I think this is a good way to get the whole family involved. One can fry the bacon, one can do the eggs, and we put it together in the oven.
Utility.
And on that note, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for the full recipe and ingredients list. But we are still going to be cooking up a storm as we focus on pizzas.
Awesome.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.
Afternoon Express. Now let's face it, our moms are pros at the juggling act, and no matter how busy their days can get, they still get so much joy out of getting their kids involved in the kitchen. So we're going to show you how to make a delicious and simple pizza with a twist. So grab your kiddies and get those aprons on. Dumi, we're keeping the theme going.
Keeping the theme?
It's pizza, 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 but this is something very different and interesting. I mean, Tracy, have you ever seen a pizza that is on a bed of delicious, original steaklets?
Absolutely not. It's such a fabulous idea.
Yeah. Okay, Dumi, you have to lead the way. What do we need? It doesn't seem like we need much.
We don't need much. Let's revolutionize the game. Let's try to get you to use as much of that fridge that you have. You know, whatever those ingredients are, let's put them on a pizza. Because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, so this, it's simple, quite simple. What we've got here is we're using our Simply Chicken steaklets as the base. Okay. So you remember we started with the potatoes earlier on. Now we're using a different kind. So we're saying instead of putting toppings that have chicken, let the base be the chicken.
I mean, this sounds like my type of pizza. What are we saying here? I mean, who wouldn't just indulge in this?
Who wouldn't? And it's quite an interesting thing because now, not only is the main star the actual base, you can top it with no maini, and I mean everything but the chicken sink.
Yeah.
Chicken sink.
Kitchen sink. Someone's got chicken on their mind.
So all I'm going to do, first step, is to obviously get our Simply Chicken steaklets cooking. And Tracy, I don't know if you know this, but the one thing I absolutely love about Simply Chicken steaklets, or Simply Chicken products in general, is that they use real chicken product. They're real chicken breast, and there's no MSG in there. There's no pork, so you don't have to worry about what is in my you know, my food. What am I making for your kids? You know that it really is good. So this goes into the oven to bake at 200 degrees for 12 to 14 minutes, and then it's good to go.
Okay, awesome.
Now, Tracy, I suppose you can start chopping your mushrooms. And just as you do so, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Now, you've already said you've got teenagers in the house, and I can only imagine the manic situation that you find yourself in every single Monday to Friday, getting them prepared for school, making sure that homeworks are done, and also you've got your own life. You're a career woman, entrepreneur, philanthropist, vocalist, composer, the list goes on. So how are you able to just juggle those busy schedules?
Well, you know, I must be honest. I've got a superstar for a husband. So
shout out to you, hubby.
He actually takes a lot off my plate, and especially when it comes to the kids in school. I mean, my eldest daughter matriculated last year, and I think I can count on my one hand the amount of times I had to take her to school, because that's been his job.
Because hubby has been holding it down. He
has been holding it down. And, you know, while they were at junior school, they would get a cooked breakfast every morning. I mean, it would be scrambled eggs or so forth from Dad. So, I chose wisely.
Yeah, you get it, girl. Listen,
I did.
After the show, me and you will sit down together and I'll just take some notes.
I'm telling you, girl.
What was in that prayer? Oh, you coming?
Leave me out. I want to be there.
What did that prayer say? Oh, wow, that's stunning. Okay, so it's definitely teamwork makes the dream work.
Completely. I couldn't do it on my own. And, you know, but I think it's important that, you know, as a family, we want to have that consideration of what everybody's going through and supporting each other. And I think also empowering the kids. You know, they're at high school now, so they actually they prepare their own lunches for school. We don't do that anymore. And so we've said, you know, that's part of them taking responsibility for themselves. And so I think it's a bit of both, you know, and that's also their contribution that they make. So.
You know, it sounds like at the end of the day, what fundamentally needs to be taken care of, you guys are doing leaps and bounds. So as we are speaking about fundamentals and foundation, we might fight over this. Hear me out. With your
I knew this was coming.
Do you like a thin crust or a thick crust?
Ooh, I must be honest, I do like a thicker crust.
Tracy, no!
Well, you know, I like a pan pizza. Okay, let's put it this way. If it's a pan pizza, obviously I like a thick crust. But if we're doing a wood-fired, then I think the thinner crust is...
I'm a thin crust girl.
I'm definitely a thin crust, but you justified it quite well. So that actually makes a whole lot of sense. But may I please have my mushrooms, my girl, because I need to start another debate over here, because these pizzas that we're making here have another ingredient that is either you love or hate on a pizza, and that's pineapple.
Very contentious, definitely.
Very contentious, this thing, and me, I'm slowly taking to it, but I'm not sure. It's not make sure, man.
You know it's real when Palisa just goes in with the hands.
And Wanapali, I think you like your pineapple because
I do.
You like pineapple in everything.
I enjoy it, I must be honest. My family, not so much, so we don't often get it because it's not consensus by all. But I like having different flavors. I like I like the sweetness that it brings, and you know, I also like a pepper dew for that same reason, the way it's a bit of sweet.
Yes,
you know,
pepper dew.
So I like the different textures, different flavors, and I think it also just sometimes a pizza can be dry, and the pineapple does bring a bit of juice in as well.
She did say she's a cook. She did say she spends a lot of time in the kitchen. It makes sense.
Listen, I already saw it from that disco marathon in Florida that she was.
When she said who was the boss, she knew exactly what she was.
Absolutely, and this is the bomb diggity. This is amazing. It is very, very tasty, absolutely flavorful, Dumi. So is this essentially our pizza?
That's essentially it. And all you do now is you make sure your oven is high. On the highest setting, you literally put it on grill setting. All you want to do is melt the cheese and your pizza is
because your chicken's cooked already.
Everything else is cooked.
Boom, boom, pow. Now, what a great start to the week. And what better way to de-stress than Pizza Day? To get your hands on this delicious recipe, please do visit afternoonexpress.co.za. And for more quick and easy recipes, follow @simplychickenza on Instagram. Let's get eating. Guess who's back again? The Lazy Makoti is back, and she will be in the Espresso kitchen tomorrow morning for another Fatties and Monies Woza Pasta Wednesday. She'll be making one of her favorite pasta recipes for you to follow and enjoy at home. So make sure that you don't miss it, because trust me, it's gonna be chef's kiss, and it doesn't end there. Plus, you'll also find out more details on how you can win 2,000 Rand daily, plus 10,000 Rand every Woza Pasta Wednesday. So make sure you catch the Lazy Makoti on the Espresso Morning Show tomorrow between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. right here on S3.
Pasta Wednesdays, bravo to you! Stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand every day, plus 10,000 Rand every Pasta Wednesday. See in store for details. T's and C's apply.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to your Afternoon Express Tuesday Masterclass, where we are focusing on all things pizza, baby. But we cannot do so alone. We have got our musical guest joining us in the kitchen. I'm talking about none other than Tracey Carter. Now, Tracey, you've definitely proved yourself in our kitchen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Dumi, would you not give her a 10 out of 10?
I definitely will, and I hope she likes this next recipe because she mentioned how she likes them deep, thick pizza bases, so I hope she likes this one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely spinning and twisting things up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, I mean, pizza is a much-loved dish that has taken on so many shapes and forms around the world. While we're all familiar with the round, thin or thick crust, we have brought to you a new way to enjoy your next pizza, Afternoon Express style. Introducing our bread loaf pizza, layered with stringy melted cheese, tomato, bacon, and oh so creamy Clover Classic tangy mayonnaise. This is remarkable. We've got a kota. We've got a bani chow. We've got a Gatsby.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of a pizza loaf bread. What?
Hashtag Tatagonki.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
what it is. This is what this mission is about. So this loaf of bread has been revolutionized and changed. It's been given new life. You know, it's been given new meaning. It's been given, it's not just a normal government loaf of bread anymore.
Yeah.
It's that thing that you look at and you're like, you are the carrier of my flavor.
Yeah.
You know? And how it starts is, like you see, this bread is almost as tall as me, by the way.
Yeah, I literally was about to say, who's
Yeah.
tall? I can't see through over that loaf.
Yeah.
So I'm taking, and no, I'm not making a bani chow, guys. Tracey, you mentioned this.
Yeah,
We're
I
going
think this is
on
like a bunny chow pizza.
bani chow pizza. That's actually a great idea. But it's along those lines of a bani chow pizza because what we're doing is we're taking our vehicle,
Yeah, that's
bus
the
of
bus.
bread, and what we're doing is we're taking the insides out and we're putting them aside and we're filling it up. Yeah, when you're talking about deep dish and thick, that's exactly what we're about.
That is a gangster pizza.
No, listen, it's so serious. It is so serious. Things that
This pizza takes no prisoners.
No.
But that's what we promised you. You know, at the end of the day here at Afternoon Express, we're always about flipping and changing things around, keeping things interesting for you at home, and also keeping things versatile and easy in the kitchen. Now, something that gives me mad anxiety is having to think of creating that pizza crust from scratch.
Yeah.
Completely. I mean, even somebody that me, I mean, I enjoy being in the kitchen, but it's still a bit daunting for me, you know, and it can go wrong. And you know, then you want to make pizza and you're like, but I don't have an hour for this dough to prove and all of this. Where here, it's 5 minutes, you got no excuse.
On that note, I need you to.
Okay, I need to. Okay.
Get our filling done. So our pizza, we've chosen to go with a bit of a tikka masala type of flavor because what you've got over there is you've got some chicken, you've got some mushrooms, you've got some peppers and onions, all of that. You can actually mix all of those babies together. Before you continue, let me just pass me that on because this is going to be... This is going to be the base. You can actually start mixing.
Cool.
You can go ahead. This is going to be the sauce. You know when we talk about you bringing the sauce? So what I've done is I've taken my bread, I've taken out the insides, made sure to put that aside. You can definitely dry this up, use it for breadcrumbs if you want to coat something in it later. And then I've left some of the bread inside because Tracey did say she likes it a little thicker on the center. And to that, we're adding our Clover Classic Mayo, the #1 flavor as the sauce because every pizza does need a sauce. And we're slathering it on, babes. Like, I'm not playing here. I'm making sure that I'm putting in as much as this loaf can take. But we're also going to put some of it into that mixture that Tracey's got over there as well. So let me just make sure I put enough and then I'll pass this on to you, Tracey.
Cool.
And you can go on and start mixing all those ingredients together because what we want to do basically is we want the flavors of the ingredients to pop, but we also want the flavor in the mayo to pop. That's why we've made a huge layer of it at the bottom here and flavoring it up. And I told you about that masala situation. We've got a nice masala sauce that we've got over here that's going to go on the top and then the center of our pizza. And the reason we've chosen to go with Clover Classic is because it's got that creaminess that it adds to any recipe, you know. And the other thing is that because it comes in different levels of tanginess, if you like your mayo, a lot of people like chicken mayo pizza. So this is where you take your mayo at. If you want it to be tangier, use the #3, which is the stronger one. If you want it just a little bit on the medium side, use #2. Or if you want it mild, like we're doing now, use the Clover Classic #1 level.
Stunning. I mean, Tracey, you did mention earlier when we were discussing the pineapple in the pizza, you did say sometimes pizzas can get dried out.
Yes.
You know, especially if they're in that oven for a bit longer.
Yes.
This is one way to avoid any dryness.
Exactly,
Keeping the juices in.
Exactly, and I mean, as a mom, I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, this is such a cool way to do leftovers into a meal, you know? So, you know, like this is like a Monday night supper, you've done your roast chicken on Sunday.
On Sunday.
This is the leftovers, throw it in a bread and there's supper.
Boom, boom, pow. I love that, and I also love the fact that you just mentioned that because a lot of people are coming from the Easter celebrations, and I'm so sure that your fridge is filled with bits and bobs and this and that, and you're kind of wondering, how do I put this together? This is flavors in an incredible way.
There you go. Well, and then I made some a little earlier, so I'm gonna fill up the one loaf here, and then may I ask you to pass me the rest of that? We're gonna fill up the other loaf, and then we're gonna, like we said, it always has to have that slathering or that layer of the cheese, so that's gonna go on the very top. I just wanna make sure it's nice and full, and then I still fill it up, and you bake it in the oven, because like we said, everything in here is cooked as well, so you don't have to wait too long.
Yes.
Go into the oven for about a minute or two, just until the cheese is nice and golden melted, then you're done.
Awesome.
Yeah, I literally just had a bite and it is flavorful, and Dumi, it is still warm, so you know I'm just sold. I'm absolutely sold. So celebrate your everyday occasions with Clover Classic and stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand in prizes. To enter, buy any Clover Classic product and WhatsApp the till slip of your purchase to 074 909 0000. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
Delicious, ladies. Now, many say that pineapple should not go on a pizza, but who says pineapple can't be a pizza? When we come back, we make a tangy fruit's dream come true as we prepare pineapple sliced pizza with a crunchy muesli topping. Wow.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Express yourself.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
It's a privilege for us to serve our community, to be an integral part of our community, and to be responsible for the health and welfare of our community. Obviously, we've become good friends with all of our patients. They're not just patients and customers, they're family, they're friends, and we really do like serving them in this community. For us, as an integral part of the healthcare system, bravery, first of all, was just to stand up and come to work. From there on, it was to adapt to the whole COVID situation, losing patients that's become very good friends of ours over the past couple of years, to realize that this is a reality that we need to live with, and to step up to it. We had to get extra staff in to help do the scripts, obviously increase our people attending to telephone conversations and to our ordering on the emails, etc. And then we had to put some extra delivery vehicles vehicles on the road. People were sick, they couldn't come to town, so we had extra delivery vehicles. We also had curbside assistance. People that were sick, they would phone into the pharmacy, we would go out, serve them on the curbside, and they got their medicine there.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
With schools opening again, teachers and parents will face difficult situations like tummy cramps, teething, pain and fever, scratches and scrapes, allergies and coughs. Adcock Ingram OTC brings you a wide range of products to help parents take care of those challenges. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Welcome back to the show. Now, Dumi, something very interesting is going to take place just now. You know, we've been talking about pineapples on pizza, and we are focusing all on pizzas today. Now we're kind of using a fruit, a delicious fruit, but that's going to be the base.
That is going to be the base, and I'm waiting to hear what you guys have to say, because you guys always have a lot to say. So I want to hear what the people are going to say about this.
And trust me, they will be honest, and they will come for you if it's looking a little shaky in the kitchen. But trust me, this is definitely one that you have to try at home, because every now and then the food gods work their magic and combine two seemingly different foods to create something epic, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're taking refreshing, thirst-quenching pineapple and turning it into a pizza. And then for extra heart and soul, we're giving it a delicious, crunchy jungle muesli topping.
Yes, you had me at crunchy. Because whenever you're having a pizza, you want those different textures as well. As much as you want the different flavors, you want the different textures. That's why people add those, you know, either you add some olive for the saltiness, you add pineapple for the sweetness, and then some people even add like nuts. I'm shocked, I don't know why, but some people add nuts. So I was like, why not do that? Let's change the way things have been done and take this debatable ingredient and see if we can make her the star of the show. So we are making fruit pizza.
Sounds absolutely delicious. And you might be wondering, what happened to Tracey? Where's our musical guest? She is on standby because she's going to be giving us another powerful, moving performance. So while she's warming up her vocal cords, we're going to get cooking.
Yeah, because after she's warmed this up, she obviously has to eat. So we need to make sure the girl is sorted out. All right. So let's get started on our pizzas, babe. So we've got our pineapple here. We're using pineapple right now. If season allows, you can use watermelon as well, because that's just as great as well. I don't know about watermelon on pizza, but I know, I mean, you could definitely revolutionize as well and make it a fruit pizza. So start off with our yogurt here. You could use any flavor, but we've chosen to go with a strawberry flavored yogurt because one of our stars here, the main star of our show, which is our jungle muesli, the mixed berry flavor, has mixed berries in it. So because of that, we wanted to make sure that all the flavors basically work together, like in unison, like a harmony, like harmonizing, like how Tracey's going to be doing very quickly, very soon, you know?
Okay. So basically the ingredients communicate to each other.
The combos must communicate, my friend. That's what we're looking for. So we're getting a nice layer, even though we are still making a fresh pizza here. We're not cooking anything here. We still want to make sure that it's nice and saucy, and you also still want to lick your hands and lick your fingers as you eat it.
Get messy with it.
Get messy with it. That's the whole intention. So we've got our base with the sauce there, and then we go in with our toppings. I mean, we've got berries here, but you could definitely try out any type of flavors here. You could add some orange segments if you wanted to. You could add some apple if you wanted to as well. I think the reason we've gone with these flavors as well, like I mentioned, is because we're using our jungle muesli mixed berry flavor. And you know what I love about this is that as a person who is busy every day, you want something that gives you energy, that gives you fiber, you know, that keeps you fuller for longer, and that is exactly what the jungle muesli is. And the other thing about it is that I don't want to stress about what I put into my tummy, and I know exactly what goes into this. So I'm going to start adding our muesli onto here just for that texture. So I'm going to spoon in a little bit, but I've poured some of it for you into a ramekin lapo, so you can actually start spooning it as well. And yes, we're using the mixed berry flavor here, but you could use any of the other flavors. They've got the tropical, they've got like a lot of different kind of flavors. Just choose one that works for you and then top it up however you like. This is our textural element for our pizza.
And also, this is quite an interesting take on muesli and yogurt.
Exactly.
You know, growing up, that has literally been my go-to breakfast.
Really?
And it really has been. I love muesli and yogurt. And at the end of the day, I'm always looking for fresh ways to enjoy the classics.
Exactly.
And that's what this is all about. Very reminiscent of a breakfast dish. But also, I so see this being a perfect dessert?
I see it as a very fancy high tea starter type situation. If you girls want to get fancy and get your girls to come, anyone who's watching their weight, this is definitely something you could do. Get your girls over, get them to eat this. It looks very fancy, I must say.
It really, really does. It is a work of art just on its own as well. And at the end of the day, these are the ingredients that we always say, we're taking everything in our fridge and we're flipping it upside down.
Exactly. So
we need those fridges empty.
We need those fridges empty and those stomachs full. And then just to finish it off, exactly, my girl, you got the memo. Just a nice drizzling of that honey. If you have maple syrup, you could also choose that. And this is our fruit pizza donezo.
Boom, boom, pow. I get to me. Look, mine doesn't look as amazing as yours, but trust me, you can also get in on this magic. Now, if you want a slice of this fruity pizza with a jungle muesli topping, you can definitely find the recipe over at afternoonexpress.co.za. Dumi, you ready for some song?
I'm ready.
We are back, baby, with this dynamic and passionate woman who continues to inspire young people in the creative space like Mzansi. She empowers young people through her gift of music. So let me welcome back multi-talented Tracey Carter. Now, you're about to take the stage with your incredible backup singers, and you're about to perform something very powerful. Can you tell me just about the song?
It's His Eyes on the Sparrow, and such a beautiful song. Sister Act 2, one of my favorite movies. And Lauren Neal, she does it in there. And ever since then, it's one of my heart songs, you know, one of those songs that you just start singing on your own when you're in the shower. And yeah, I just felt that, you know, we've just come off the back of Easter, and I thought this will be something just to warm people's hearts.
Oh, girl, I am ready for it. Well, Tracey Carter and your incredible singers, take it away.
Thank you.
Discouraged, why should the shadows come, and why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. And I'll sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches. I know He watches. I know He watches me. And I sing because I'm happy.
incredible performance. Tracey, make your way over here. I do not know how she's about to talk after that powerful, powerful rendition of that song.
I am so inspired to eat this food, inspired to, that was amazing.
Thank you so much.
I literally was just saying to Dumi that we felt every single note. You sing with honesty, you sing with passion, with purpose, and thank you so much for coming through to Afternoon Express today.
Thank you. It's been wonderful being here with you ladies, cooking, and just our souls have been fed, our tummies are going to be fed. Absolutely wonderful.
Stunning. And speaking about tummies being fed, Dumi, do you want to remind us what we made today?
Yes, let's do that quick recap. So we started off with our breakfast pizza, which was our hash brown based pizza. We moved over to our chicken steaklet pizza that has some pineapple in there, debatable. And then we went over to our bread pizza.
My favorite.
Yes, Palasa's favorite. And then the fresh end to the show, which is our
that looks
pizza.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What would you like to try first?
Ooh, I must be honest, I'm dying to try that breakfast pizza.
Okay, perfect.
That sounds
Really?
absolutely-
And speaking of which, you have to keep it short. What is your favorite perfect pizza topping?
I think the most versatile pizza topping that makes every pizza fabulous is feta cheese.
I love that for us. Well, with that fantastic performance, it's time to say goodbye and close off another inspirational masterclass in the Afternoon Express kitchen. Many thanks to Tracey. Thank you so much, Dumi. And join us again on Thursday. Good night, stay safe, and happy eating, South Africa.
Goodbye.
Here's to the sweet taste of time off, celebrating the last of summer, and to family memories. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.